Very much. Coming to you live from the Long Beach VFW. Now, you know, sometimes when I'm running to the train station, I get exhausted, and that's just like less than a quarter of a mile. The person sitting on my left, Robin Lynch, is going to run 26 miles in the Boston Marathon. Let's give it up for Robin Lynch. Robin she was so involved in the hurricane and helping people out here. But Robin, I want to know the story of how you got involved in running in the Boston Marathon after the New York Marathon got canceled at the last minute.
Thanks, Howie. Well, like you mentioned, I was training for the New York City Marathon, and that was canceled. Although a few days before that, I had made the decision not to run. I just didn't feel that it was right to run the marathon with everything going on in Long Beach. So months prior, I had applied for a charity for the Boston Marathon, and they contacted me a couple of weeks after Hurricane Sandy to say that my application was selected and that they wanted me to join their team. So my immediate thought was I couldn't possibly do it with everything going on in Long Beach, and I didn't think it was right to try to raise money for a Massachusetts organization with everything going on in Long Beach. But I agreed to talk to them, and they agreed to allow me to raise funds for girls' sports programs in Long Beach, as opposed to other outside areas. So I didn't want to pass it up. I thought it was a great thing.
You know, the Boston Marathon is so historic. How excited are you to run in the Boston Marathon, knowing that you're going to support great programs here in Long Beach?
Absolutely, definitely excited about running the Boston Marathon. Always wanted to do it, so I had the opportunity to do so, and what better way to do it than to raise funds for girls' sports programs here in Long Beach. So it's a double win for me and for the kids in Long Beach.
Robin, just for us normal people out here, talk about the training and dedication that you must put in to run a 26-mile marathon. I mean, it sounds mind-boggling, but talk about how much work you're going to have to put in to run that marathon.
The marathon itself is not difficult. The training is, but it does take a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of time. But once you start, you get wrapped up in it, and it becomes very addicting. And I mean, at least that's my experience from running a marathon in the past. And I'm looking forward to doing it again, although I had to start from scratch 2 weeks ago to get ready for Boston, but that's fine. As long as I'm able to help the kids in Long Beach, that's all I'm looking forward to doing.
I know that, Robin, you're a person who's so involved in the community. When the hurricane hit, you were right here at the VFW coordinating supplies. Talk about your involvement helping out your community that you love so much here in Long Beach.
Well, I don't deserve all the credit, so I appreciate you saying that, but the credit goes to, first and foremost, it goes to the City of Long Beach workers. The various public works departments, sanitation, street maintenance, beach maintenance, water and sewer, and of course the fire and the police departments, first responders. They're the ones that should get the credit for getting Long Beach back up on their feet. I was just lucky enough that I had time to help out where I was needed. But thank you.
And let's before we let you go, I also want to mention that you and your husband Jamie do amazing work for the Waterfront Warriors. And it's one of the things that draws me to Long Beach. I love about Long Beach is what the Waterfront Warriors do is so special. Raising funds for the military, and so the military can come to Long Beach and have a special time where they go to Broadway plays, eat at nice meals, stay at the Allegria. Talk about your involvement with Jamie and the Waterfront Warriors and what a marvelous organization that is.
It is a wonderful organization, and there's a lot of us that are involved in every aspect, and we just work really hard to raise money, but most of all to make sure the guys and girls that come in and their families have a great time, and they experience Long Beach and everything that Long Beach has to offer, the beautiful beaches. We do various things with them when they're here, but just seeing a smile on their face and patting them on the back is really what it's all about.
That's great. Let's get it up for Robin Lynch. That was awesome. And being from Boston, I was kidding Robin before saying that let's make this huge. Let's make this into a rockin' Robin Red Sox weekend where we put something together, maybe with a great travel agency, where you get a package to go to Boston, see Robin running the marathon, watch the Red Sox play on Patriots Day, stay at a hotel up in Boston, and make it into a fantastic event. What do you think about that idea, Robin?
I think that's a great idea. I really appreciate that.
All right, all right. And hopefully the Red Sox will play better than last year when they finished in dismal last place led by Bobby Valentine, but that's for another day. But anyway, I want to introduce a band, and they came up with a name of this band, I kid you not, a couple of years ago. And you know what, it's just not right to change the name of the band. But the name of the band, believe it or not, is Storm of the Century. That's the name of the band, quite ironic. But Scott Martin is a local kid, grew up here in Oceanside, tremendous musician. His cousin is a sponsor on the show, Crestwood Auto Brokers. And let's bring Scott up. Scott, like Joe Keiser before, your passion growing up in Oceanside in the area here, always been music.
What happened to the play?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm self-taught from a young age, about the age of 15, and, you know, ever since I picked a guitar up, it was like, all right, this is it. This is what you're going to do. And, you know, I spent the last 15 years, you know, pretty much doing that. Multiple bands, had a lot of cool experiences, and this is just the latest. This, you know, is a band where I write from the heart, and everything's pretty close to home, so.
And Scott, like our very own Benoit, who's on a cruise right now, not only do you play music, but you also teach music lessons. So music is in your fiber, isn't it?
You know, absolutely, and you know, you go in to teach music every day, and it just keeps you coming back. And that is the kids. You know, your students keep you coming back every day to work because the music is, you know, something that you can teach, and when somebody grabs onto that, it's a wonderful thing. You know.
All right, Scott, what are you going to play for us tonight?
Well, tonight, me and the guys in the band, Patrick and Dave, we're going to play one of the songs off our album we're working on right now. It's rather fitting. It's called City by the Sea, which is more or less fitting for Long Beach in a given situation. So.
All right, let's give it up for City by the Sea by Scott Martin and his band members. That should be great. And they're setting up. They're going to play momentarily, but we have some other great musicians play. We have Kim is going to sing for us later in the show. Joe Keiserman is going to sing for us later in the show. So if you love music, we have some great young talent coming up. And we're going to lead it off here with, let's give a round of applause, Storm of the Century!
Last night, oh, how quick we passed the time. 1,000 cigarettes, an empty box of wine. Now I leave to sail away, but I will wear you on my sleeve. I will take you to the grave. And oh, my son, you belong in a place where you'll have everything you want. Don't you know that you are beautiful, beautiful? Somehow, someway, tonight we're gonna bring our bodies back, and I'll sell my soul for one more chance to sit down to. And I let you to my love and finally seen the light. So goodbye, good luck, good night. Farewell, fair city. Oh, how quick we pass the time, 1,000 cigarettes. Somehow, someway, tonight we're gonna bring our bodies back, and I'd sell my soul for one more chance to settle down. That thing that you do, my love, I'm finally seeing the light. Well, goodbye, good luck, good night.
Right. Hard Martin, Storm the Century. Great job making their debut. Get Lester up here. You know, this show, we lost some of our sponsors due to the hurricane, and people like Lester stepped right up. And let's get up for Transfer 360. And Lester, you've been very busy. But summer in Long Beach, a lot of people have been affected, looking for a good home improvement company. And you've been doing a lot of work in Long Beach. Talk about Transfer 360 and what you can offer the people here in Long Beach.
Well, we give good, honest work. You know, me and my guys feel bad for everybody that lives here because we weren't affected by the hurricane. But we do from kitchens to bathrooms to renovations to pavers to concrete. You know, our slogan is passion for perfection, and we stand 100% beside that. So if you're not happy, you know, we try to make, you know, everybody, you know, as happy as we can be. You know, we try to do 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Excellent. And to contact Transfer 360, Lester, they can get you at?
You can reach us at 516-424-4222 or at 516-673-4596.
Give it up for Transfer 360, where they have a passion for perfection. Everybody Lester. All right, let's bring up Steve Vaccaro and Rocco.
Right.
I was up in Boston visiting my mom for the holiday weekend. My brother was born on Christmas Day, so up in Boston, I got a phone call that we were having to switch our day from Wednesday, and we love being here on Wednesdays. We're looking forward to being here on Sundays. But Steve, when I called you and said that we have to switch from Wednesday to Sundays, and yet cancel some of the events that we had planned, what was your initial reaction?
Well, I think every time we have to make a change, it's for the better for the community. So at first we've been kind of adapting to the different changes with the storm, with the fundraising efforts that we've gotten together. And actually I think it's a blessing in disguise, although, you know, having this show on Tuesdays and Wednesdays have been very effective, and we've been able to reach out to a lot of people. Because of our fundraising efforts and our work with the city of Long Beach and all the musicians from Long Beach, I think it actually is a blessing in disguise. I think Sundays will be ideal for us because we're going to find ourselves in different situations. And the first time on January 13th, we'll be at the Rockville Center Bowling Center, which will be offering a whole different array of things. We'll have live music all night. We'll have we will have bowling, unlimited bowling, and free shoes there. So at Mulcahy, we had over 200 people last couple weeks ago, which was amazing. It was an amazing night. So I look forward. I look forward to moving to Sundays. I think Sundays everybody kind of winds down from the week. I think we'd be geared up to listen to WGBB.
Well, you know, one thing is that originally we had that plan on a Wednesday night, and bowling was only going to be from 9 to 11, very limited, and I really did not like the idea of high school kids getting out on a school night at 11 o'clock at night. But now that we switch it to Sunday at the 13th at the Rockville Center Lanes, it's 6 to 11. So the kids, instead of 2 hours, have 5 hours, and if they want to leave at 9 o'clock, they still get 3-4 hours in, or, you know, it's so they have 5 hours compared to 2. It's a Sunday, especially we deal with elementary kids. We have a big program coming up with the Lark students, and an hour earlier, 7 instead of 8. So I think there's a lot of advantages. High school kids don't have practices on sports and extracurricular activities on Sundays. So I think there's a lot of pros that's going to work out. It's going to be great. And we're going to have St. Patrick's Day live from the Long Beach VFW. How cool is that?
That's amazing. We've done a lot of shows here recently at the VFW Hall, and even tonight we have a good turnout. We've raised up a lot of money for the VFW Hall here, and also for the Oceanside VFW Hall that really took a hit because of the storm. So the folks here have been excellent, and we continue to work with them on a regular basis. And I know Howie's holding up a picture here with Mike Francesa.
Yeah, this is Steve and I went down to Mulcahy's and we met Mike Francesa, who's a Long Beach native, went to Long Beach Catholic, and Mike was nice enough to promote our event all week on WFAN, and we're greatly appreciative to Mike, and that turned out to be a great event. And you know, as I spoke to Mike Francesa, I said, Mike, I want you to mention on the fan that Long Beach is the only city in the whole country where it can say that in the month of December, 2 movies have local Long Beach stars. You got Fitzgerald Family Christmas, has Eddie Lauder in it from the west end of Long Beach, and you have Parental Guidance with Billy Crystal from the east end of Long Beach. So I said, Mike, make sure you get that in, that 2 Long Beach guys are in movies in the month of December. Speaking of Parental Guidance, let's give it up for Rocco Pasafume, who has a review. And one thing about Rocco, he never pulls any punches. If he doesn't like a movie or he finds it below his standards, he is not shy about expressing his opinion. So let's give it up for Rocco Pasafume.
Thank you very much, Howie. As mentioned, Billy Crystal actually premiered the film about a couple weeks ago. One of the early screenings for the movie was actually in Lynbrook for the people that were displaced by Sandy in Long Beach. So I like to personally thank Billy Crystal right up front, because I think it's just, you know, to get people out to see a movie, I think it's just a really sweet gesture, you know, since he was from our town. And anyways, here's the film. It's directed by Andy Fickman. It stars Billy Crystal, as well as Bette Midler, Marissa Tomei, and Tom Everett Scott. The film's premise is about an elderly couple, Artie and Diane Decker, who's played by Crystal and Midler. They make a visit to babysit their rarely seen 3 grandchildren, while the parents, played by Tomei and Scott, are away. However, they discover that their grandchildren live in a far different age than them or their daughter. Parental Guidance is an occasionally sweet and funny, but mostly stale take on the generation gap family comedy. Both Billy Crystal and Bette Midler, who have rarely been in movies in recent years, are still fantastic showmen who give their all to this project. However, the film's jabs at soft child rearing, technological advancements, and political correctness not only feel very creaky and dated, but they're ultimately diluted by an indecisive tone that makes the film rather crude, saccharine, and a little too easy to please much of its wide target audience. So basically, the long story short is, I think it's a good movie to rent, you know, like you know, for parents and grandparents with their children. I mean, it's not a bad movie per se, but it's not really like the greatest either. Like, it's definitely a lot of hard work was put into it, but it just doesn't come off quite as, you know, strong as it should. So I give Parental Guidance 2 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Rocco. All right, we're going to take a break, and after the break, we have Kim, we have Joe Keiserman, and Kim's sister. So we're going to have some young, exceptional talent. They're going to be singing on the show. Storm the Century has another song for us, right? Sure. All right, so we are coming to you live from the Long Beach VFW on our very last Wednesday show, starting on Sunday, January 6th. We're going to be at our new slot Sunday nights at 7 p.m. and we're going to start off right here at the Long Beach VFW, and we'll hear from Commander McPhee a little later in the show, because we love it here at the VFW. It's a great place, and they do so much for the people in the community. So we're going to take a break. Coming to you live from the Long Beach VFW. I'm Halftime Howie. This is Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie, Long Island's first and oldest radio station, 1240 AM WGBB.